Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a post on Instagram from a plus-sized personal trainer who shared their workout routine, and the internet totally lost it. Many people say she's not a good personal trainer because of her size, while she says you can't tell someone's fitness level by looking at them. We're going to be taking a look at that post as well as reading many of the comments, so be sure to stick around until the end. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache.
My name is Carrie. I'm a personal trainer and a powerlifter who lifts 4 days a week, and this is what my body looks like. Which means that when I post my
We've been lifting 4 days a week, okay.
workouts on social media, most people assume I'm just starting my fitness journey. I've been working as a fitness professional for 5 years now, and that part still rubs me the wrong way. Because there are so many people in larger bodies moving their bodies regularly and accomplishing their goals in the gym, and they'll always be seen as a beginner because the size of their body hasn't dramatically changed.
Well, I think this just goes to show that diet is very important. You can work out for several years, but if you don't get your diet in order, you might not see any noticeable changes in your physique.
But hey, maybe if I keep showing up on your timeline, you'll recognize that someone's size does not actually determine their fitness level.
Well, I can tell you that back when I was living in a larger body, my fitness level was not nearly what it is today. I worked out for many, many years living in a larger body, and it wasn't until I lost weight that it actually became easier and I had more stamina and all of that. Alright, so that's the video that's causing all of the controversy. Now let's take a look at some of the comments. The description reads, "You cannot determine someone's fitness level by the size of their body. I'll just keep showing up on your timeline until you realize that." This person says, "Diet is everything." I would agree with that. You can't lose weight working out if you don't address your diet, no matter how much you work out, because as they say, you can't outrun a bad diet. This person says, "I'm obese, and no amount of motivational talk can change the fact that science consistently shows being overweight predisposes us to certain diseases. It's misleading to equate the ability to lift heavy weights with overall fitness and wellness. True health goes far beyond physical strength." That is very true. Just because we can lift heavy doesn't mean that we're healthy. Overall fitness actually has a cardio component to it, I would say. The sad reality is that social media in this woke generation often validates anything that soothes the ear, even if it runs counter to long-term health and well-being. Promoting body positivity is important, but it should not come at the expense of honesty about health risks. At the end of the day, we must prioritize good health over temporary validation. Being happy with yourself is valuable, but being healthy gives you a chance to enjoy that happiness for longer. Okay, I really like what they said about it's misleading to equate the ability to lift heavy weights with overall fitness and wellness. Lifting heavy weights requires a small amount of time. You lift the weights and then you're done. We're not really tapping into our cardio yet. This person responds to that comment by saying, "You might have some good point here, especially about validation being taken maybe a bit too far sometimes. However, the use of woke like it's a bad thing undermines the whole thing. If being aware is a bad thing, what's the next insult that will be used? Smart?" I don't know if people are using woke to mean being aware. By the way, I don't have time for the whole woke debate. This person says gym doesn't matter without proper diet. Someone responds to them by saying, "I was about to say the same." This person says, "I eat whatever I want and go to gym once or twice a week, and I look skinny. LOL, key idea is cardio." Okay, so they seem to think that you can outrun a bad diet as long as you're doing cardio. Okay. This person says, "That's a lie. If you train hard enough." That's really weird because some food is so calorically dense that within 5 minutes you have consumed enough of it that you can't burn it off. I go jog on the treadmill for 30 minutes. I look down at the little counter thing and it's like, "You burned 280 calories." And I'm like, "What? That's it?" That air that I breathed back there had more calories in it than that. This person says, I'm broke, but I'm a financial advisor. Take my advice. Okay, I get what they're going for here. Basically, if I want your results, I'll take your advice. And by the way, I do not condone anybody making fun of this person at all. And then this person responds to that comment by saying, shame on you to bully a colleague, rather her video shows. I am moving my body by weight training. I have the discipline to show up consistently, and I am not ashamed to be seen in a gym. I am not afraid to show it on social media so people like you can call me a liar, yet here I stand still working out and still posting, and you who is in bed watching, you can do it too. Okay, this person's response to this comment about being a financial advisor isn't making a whole lot of sense to me. This person says, I don't want to sound disrespectful, but why haven't you lose weight? Or were you heavier when you started? I really want to understand because my body looks similar to yours, and I started the gym about 4 months ago, but my goal is to look small. Okay, well, like others have pointed out, and like I've also said, you can't outrun a bad diet, so it doesn't matter how much effort you put in the gym. This person responds to that comment by saying, I'm not answering for her, but I believe she is a power lifter. Goals is not losing weight, look a certain way, but improve health and get stronger. Okay, I think powerlifting is just about being stronger, not necessarily about improving health. If your goal is to lose weight, your main focus will be calories in, calories out. You know, bodybuilders, the one, what I eat in a day to lose weight? This person responds by saying, not everyone has weight loss goals. You do, great. Some people just want to enjoy movement and strength. Don't assume you and her are the same. This person says, you can't be this heavy if optimal health is the goal. Kudos to her, but I don't want to sound negative, but she has a high BMI and that is not good, to be honest. At this weight, cardiovascular exercises are not possible, like let us say a 12-kilometer jog. That's very true. And that's probably more so a measure of fitness than lifting heavy. Cardio. Optimal health means having a healthy weight, and being stronger does not equal to health. I'm not hating or anything, but it is just being honest. People like to sugarcoat things. If you are overweight and obese, it is unhealthy. This person says she said someone's size does not equate to their fitness level. Lol. Yeah, that is a pretty bizarre thing to say. As if somebody's physique is not a reflection of the activity and the fitness level that they are currently at. This person says, I'm about to send this to my best friend because she's looking for a trainer and keeps getting asked what her goal weight is. She doesn't have one. She just wants to move her body, and it's like they're too dense to compute. A lot of people are playing some weird game like, I want to work out, but I don't want to lose weight, because they're part of some kind of movement or something that's encouraging them to be larger. Or maybe they've tried to lose weight in the past and they weren't successful, so now they're acting like that's not even one of their goals, just in case they don't succeed again, to save face. You're like, I don't want to move around easier. I don't want movement to be easier or anything. This person says, I had that same experience my first time working with a trainer. That's the original poster responding to that comment, the personal trainer. And then somebody else responds to that comment by saying, good for your friend, she has priorities straight. And then this person says, I specifically told my trainer I wasn't there to lose weight. I was there to get strong. Okay, so there are a couple of people in the comments claiming that they went to a personal trainer, and when they asked what their goal weight was, they were like, I don't want to lose any weight. I just want to get stronger. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I honestly don't think that they're being honest when they say that. They're playing some kind of weird game. If we were obese and working out, why wouldn't we want to lose weight? Don't you think that people living in a non-obese body have a lot more mobility? It's not at all just about the looks. It's mainly about the mobility. I really like working out, but I don't want to lose weight and be in a body that's a lot easier to work out in. I have so much more stamina now than I did back when I was 60 pounds heavier. Working out is actually enjoyable now. I can do the elliptical, the Stairmaster, I can run. I guess some people don't understand that when you lose a bunch of weight, it makes you a lot more mobile and makes working out easier. I don't know what those people are on about. This person says someone's size does not actually determine their fitness. fitness level. Louder for the haters. This person responds to that by saying, actually it does. In fact, it is a very accurate indicator of someone's fitness level. Understanding fitness as the ability to carry daily tasks without getting fatigue. If someone looks very fit, I would assume that they've worked out before, or that they've been working out consistently and having their diet in order. This person says wrong, wrong, and wrong. Carrying an extra 30 kilos definitely makes you less fit than someone that trains with your intensity and regularity. You are still a beginner because you haven't managed to nail any basic nutrition that would lead you to being anywhere near an energy deficit. And worst of all, you're empowering people to think it is okay to stay mediocre. Try asking a little more from yourself. You may actually like the results. This person says it's really important to note that all the people in the comments disparaging her don't actually matter and will be miserable with or without their socially acceptable bodies. Okay, I think some of the comments critiquing her aren't really being that mean about it. They're just basically like, you can't outrun a bad diet. Some people are a little meaner than they need to be, but for the most part, I just see a lot of people disagreeing with this idea. This person says, I think a lot of potential clients and even trainers focus on the what instead of the why when it comes to this. It's understandable if someone assumes that a trainer isn't at a certain weight, shape, or size, doesn't possess the knowledge to get someone in great shape, not decent but great. There are people that will invest into coaching to accomplish a little, but most of the time, someone is investing for good reason, which means they're going to pick the best option to get there. Whether we want to admit it or not, our body is a reflection of our habits, not our knowledge. Okay. Having the knowledge too, time and investment. Having the results took time, execution, mental and physical breakthroughs. Not everyone has mastered this at the highest levels, and that's okay. There are levels to fitness, so someone that's looking to reach their full potential is most likely going to trust someone that can prove they're capable of getting them there. Appearance is definitely the first point of contact when it comes to learning about someone. It doesn't tell everything, but not meeting certain standards of fitness does lead to trainers having to work a bit harder to prove they're capable of helping others meet those standards. I believe that character can outlast assumption and even rejection, so let your content, confidence, and consistency continue to work for you. And then this person says, this is something I struggle with too. I've been lifting heavy for 6+ years and I've gone through major weight loss, yet I'm still a big girl. I'm not lean, I don't look muscular, but I know I'm super strong. My endurance and performance speaks louder than my visual appearance, but it's still hard. Thank you for this video. My performance speaks louder than my visual appearance, but it's still hard. Okay, so this person is actually disappointed that they haven't been able to lose weight, even though they've been working out for 6+ years. This person says, get the F out of my good sis comments, insecure people. If you feel the need to comment some BS, you should be on a Zoom because your body image issues are not Carrie's issues. You should be on a Zoom. What? They're yours. I say it with love, but baby, we ride at dawn for her. Okay? This person says, I literally found your video by someone trying to throw shade. I am happy they were hating because it gained you a new follower. This comment says, Carrie's client here, oh, here's one of her clients. I cannot tell you how professional and knowledgeable and wonderful she is. I have been working with her for 2.5 years. She is the first person who has kept me coming back to the gym for that long ever. I was a 2-sport college varsity athlete, and I have literally never been stronger or felt more powerful. Like, actually get out of the comments if you disagree with her post. You are straight up wrong. If people are being mean to her, that is wrong. But people saying that diet is an important element to health are not wrong. Now we're going to be taking a look at some random bonus clips.
Can you see my belly outline? Because that's just bodies, and they move and they jiggle.
It's a lot like going to a public swimming pool in the summer and being like, oh, wait, it's just bodies.
Right.
It's like everything we see online about getting...
Oh, it's just bodies. That's what I think when I go to the swimming pool, too. At first I get scared. I'm like, what is all of this? Oh, it's just bodies. Okay, At first, I didn't know what I was even looking at. I saw water with a bunch of carcasses in it. Oh, it's just bodies. Wait a minute. They're living, right? Those are alive bodies, right?
In a swimsuit is actually bullshit because everyone's here just to cool off.
Absolutely.
Okay. We're just taking a look at a couple of random bonus posts. Now we're gonna learn how to do knee hugs. This is part of Big Belly Basics.
We have knee hug next, so we're gonna grab the knee, pull all the way to the chest. Okay, so you're gonna grab under the leg and try to pull to your chest. There you go.
Okay, so we seem to have limited mobility a little bit.
Okay. Knee hug. Whoa! Did you hear that crack?
Did you hear that crack? She lifted her leg and there was all kinds of cracking sounds, okay? All right, here's an interesting post. I'm plus size, strong, and definitely not a beginner exerciser. Okay, this was from Women's Health. She was featured in there. No matter your goals and the size of your body, fitness should be accessible to all, and no goal is too small. And then it quotes her. Okay, and that's basically the whole post, and then there's a bunch of stuff. All right, here's another big belly exercise routine.
How are you doing that? I can't do that. I can't reach my leg like that.
Valid. It's so hard for me too, but here's how we can start. Can you step into a staggered position? So like step back a little. Okay.
Okay, so there are various movements that we can't do, and we have to do them in a special way, and they're called Big Belly Basics. She has several different videos like this showing you how to do various movements if you have a big belly. So apparently they have to be done differently than if we didn't have that. So
Turn your toe in just a little bit. Squeeze and tuck your butt. And now lift that arm up tall. This is just step one, but you should feel a nice hip flexor stretch. So we just start the process.
Yes.
My dad would never forgive me if he knew I was on Beyonce's internet in my bonnet. But he don't.
Beyonce's internet. I still think it's Mariah Carey's internet.
No, but hold on. I could at least put on some lip gloss. Anyways, I'm like thinking about what has been my journey with my body and becoming more comfortable in my body. And I just was thinking about the fact that for as long as I can remember while I was a child, my mom, my aunt, my sister, and I, every year, the clock would strike midnight on a new year, and we would be like, this is the year we're gonna be fine in 2009. Or like, we're gonna be thin in 2010. Like, every year.
It had to rhyme though, right? We're gonna be fit in 2026. That kind of rhymes. All right, and we're gonna wrap up the video right there. As you can see, many people were saying that you can't outrun a bad diet. Other people were supportive and said that they were looking for personal trainers who didn't encourage them to lose weight also. I personally don't see anything wrong with what this person is doing. From the comments, it looked like several people actually wanted to work out without losing weight, so I guess she's got a lot of potential clients. I do agree that you can't outrun a bad diet. We can work out for the rest of our lives, but if we don't get our diet in order, we won't see any results. We can get stronger and stronger, but our mobility will not increase, and that's one of the major reasons that a lot of people work out and lose weight, is to have increased mobility. I think sometimes when people struggle with something like their weight, they go on to say that they didn't want to lose weight anyway. Like, if I've been trying to lose weight for several years and I can't, I might go on to tell people, I don't actually want to lose weight. I just want to get stronger to save face or to make myself feel better. I don't really believe for a moment that anybody that's been working out and putting in all this effort at the gym doesn't want to see visual results. So I'm not sure what those people are on about. But anyway, what do you think of the clips that we just saw? Leave a comment below. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.